Manchester United then play Newcastle midweek, Tuesday night game in the Premier League. On paper, Newcastle obviously down the bottom of the Premier League. Manchester United nearer the top in 5th position. I think Newcastle's 3rd from bottom in the Premier League. So on paper, you would obviously expect Manchester United to be winning this game. But it's not played on paper. Newcastle and Manchester United have been in a bad run of form in terms of results. And from what I've been hearing of Newcastle, a lot of people have been saying, including Steve McLaren, maybe he's deluded, but that they've been playing better football lately than probably even Manchester United, that have been playing quite well and they've been unlucky. I don't know. But from what I've heard, they played quite well against Arsenal recently, which they've done against the top teams, played better. They've only lost 1-0, twice to them. We drew them earlier in the season 0-0. So I'm expecting a really difficult game. They beat Liverpool 2-0 at home. They beat Newcastle as well 2-1. I think that was away. So I saw both them games, and them games they were decent in them games. They really tried hard, especially against Liverpool. They really fought hard, and if they put all that work ethic in this game, then they could certainly get a result in this game, definitely. Now, they definitely do play better against the better teams, work much harder. It's the smaller teams that they seem to go to rat shit, don't seem to be on it, don't seem to be trying too hard. And this game is going to be a very, very difficult game for Manchester United. I can see us coming unstuck in this game. Now, I do expect changes to the Manchester United team. It was absolutely diabolical performance against Sheffield United. Absolutely fucking horseshit performance it was. And we cannot have another performance like that again. Now, they've gone on for too long now. The performances week after week are just not getting better. We've really got to do something about it. This game is a really good chance to turn it around with the team down the bottom. But we've really got to be on our game. Hopefully we can score some goals in this game. I'm not expecting a lot, but you know, I don't really know. I don't really see any of Newcastle's players being really that dangerous to us. I think it's going to be our own doing if we actually lose this game. You know, we've played some poor sides recently who I think you're looking at their teams, you think, who are the danger men? And you're thinking, Manchester United should be easily beating these teams. No disrespect to the likes of Norwich and Bournemouth. We've got some okay players, but they're not great players. And the same for Newcastle. I just look at that Newcastle team. And I just don't see enough in that team to be should be beating Manchester United. They should not be beating this Manchester United team. This Manchester United team should be beating this Newcastle team very comfortably, in my opinion. I do not believe that the Newcastle team should be getting anything out of it. I think it's going to be Manchester United's own doing if we don't again get the result that we want. And it probably is going to be another dull, low-scoring game. And it's probably going to be another one of these games where probably after 45, 50 minutes it's 0-0 again. There's a very good chance for that. So, going into this game, obviously I think there's going to be changes to the Manchester United team. Obviously no change in goal. That's going to remain the same. It should remain the same for every single game till the end of the season. I would expect changes at the back. I would expect Borthwick Jackson to come out and probably Ashley Young to come back in if he's fit. If not, he would keep the same fullbacks as before. Same centre-backs most likely will keep their places unless there's any injuries there. Obviously we've been hearing that Schweinsteiger's injured because he got injured in that game against Sheffield United, will not play this game. It's worryingly, he said Schneidlin is still in the red zone, which really worries me. I'll put him back in alongside Herrera or Carrick. I'd like to see Herrera in that centre of midfield. He's not a number 10, shouldn't be playing there. But, you know, it's whatever Louis van Gaal's going to do. We do need to definitely get two natural wingers on either side, whether that's Jesse Lingard probably on one side and Memphis Depay on the other side. Memphis Depay looking decent when he come on, although it was against lower opposition in that cup game. They were probably tiring, so you can't read too much into that, and he has been pretty awful this season for Manchester United. But I would have liked to have seen him start that cup game, and it would be good to see him start on the wing, because Juan Mata really does, for me, need to be dropped now. It's been too long, he's not performing well on the wing, unless he's going to move back into that number 10 role, which I would expect Wayne Rooney to operate in, with Martial up front. Martial's got to be through the middle. He didn't have a lot of chances, especially out on that wing that first half against Sheffield United. He didn't come in and cut inside enough, couldn't get enough shots away. If he's through the middle, I believe he will score some goals. Maybe not the goals that we want this season, not the 15-20 league goals we want, but I think he will score more goals, and did have probably the best chance we actually had on goal in that game, which was actually blocked in that second half, which could have possibly gone in. Who knows if it hadn't been blocked. Now, that's how I would go. I think Rooney's better as a number 10 because the reason why, he can definitely play that number 9 role. We've seen in 2 seasons, scored over 25 goals in 2 seasons when he played that number 9 role for the whole season for Manchester United. But problem with Wayne Rooney and that number 9 role is he drops too deep when he's not getting the ball. When the ball's not coming to him, he drops too deep in order to try and get the ball, which is just, if you're the number 9, you've got to be up there through that middle, waiting, and the quality of the balls hasn't been coming in, so he's just been dropping deep, not getting the ball to him in that penalty box, which is just what Wayne Rooney's always done. He's always dropped deep, even in that second half after he scored that goal, was back defending, he's always dropped deep, he's an all-round quality player, but for me, got to play in that number 10 role with Martial up front. I think that's good enough to beat Newcastle. Whether we see Manchester United win, I do not know. But who knows what's going to happen? I mean, I can't see too many problems from Newcastle. Personally, I would probably hope that they put Patrick Cisse up front because he's been absolutely, for me, he's been absolutely useless lately. Saying that he'll probably go and score this weekend if he plays. But personally, instinct player. If he has time on the ball to think about it, doesn't score goals. So personally, I'm pretty confident that Manchester United are not going to give too much away against Newcastle. But on the other hand, I'm not too confident that we're going to score. I think it's going to be a real low-scoring game. I could see Newcastle nicking it 1-0 though, or Manchester United nicking it 1-0 or a 0-0. I'm actually going to go for a 0-0. I think it's going to be tight. I don't think there's going to be any goals in it. I think it's going to be cagey like that game against Sheffield United. Manchester United will probably have most of the play, a lot of possession, but probably not enough cutting edge to break Newcastle down. Newcastle will probably find it very easy to defend against. So anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and talk to you all again soon. See ya.